Hey you guys, this is Rico and I am back on your computer screens. I hope I don't make Armies too mad. I have in my mind how I want the title of this video to look, and I might be making some people kinda angry. You mad? Don't be too mad. It's not good for the heart. BTS has been super killing it. They are so popular now, and they've been doing things that I think a lot of people would think that most K-pop groups or Korean groups would be doing. They still have a song that is charting very well on the Billboard charts. They are a group that have opened the door for so many other K-pop groups to just come into America and do their own thing, and I think that this is amazing. However, we're missing one thing here, something that is very important that they might have forgotten. Maybe they choose to not mention it anymore, but their military service. They've been postponing this for the longest time, and I got to wonder, what is their plans? They have not dodged the topic of them serving in the military. They've constantly said, oh, they want to, we're going to do it. However, they keep gaining more and more fame, and they are Korea's poster boys of hope and showing the country in such a positive light, and like them just grasping world domination. And meanwhile, BTS has this huge fan base that is like their bodyguards. They're behind them for everything, and they love and support them. What about their homeland and protecting their home? I don't know. I think people might think that this topic is like you're hating on them, because you get so many of people who are not of Korean culture or from South Korea or really understand what is going on in their culture and why they have this mandatory military service where men have to serve in the military for a set amount of time. So they are hardcore fans of these groups, and they just think, why should they have to serve? Why can't they just be exempt? There are rules in Korea where there are certain people that are exempt, like classical musicians, sports athletes. However, there is no written rule for pop acts. So BTS still has to go. BTS is human just like the next South Korean, and they should go and do the military service sooner than later. This is going to open up a whole other topic, especially between the Korean fans and the international fans, and the Korean fans kind of feeling a certain type of way because they feel like BTS is being carried away toward the international side of things. But what most people have to understand, if it wasn't for the international armies, BTS would not be global like they are right now, and BTS knows this as well. So this is the reason why they always thank their fans, and they're always grateful for their fans, because if it wasn't for you guys, they would not be where they are right now. However, I do think that there is this aspect to the Korean armies who feel like BTS is being carried away, and you'll hear some people say like, oh, don't forget about South Korea and where you came from. So this is gonna be like that prime example of them forgetting about their roots, and I can already see some of those hating so-called Korean armies trying to say that BTS has turned their back on South Korea. And this is something I don't want to happen. I want them to just go and get this military service over with, because all eyes are on them. And this could turn really ugly depending on how the wind blows. And I'm really not looking forward to that at all. So, you know, let's get to it, BTS. And these boys have been postponing this for so long that now the Korean government has like, what are y'all doing? We are calling now, you gotta serve your military time. We saw what happened to some people that tried to dodge it. I don't know what the point of this was, but you know, we got some people out here still now crying, trying to get back into Korea, and you know that you have to do it. You know that it's mandatory. If you are born a male and you're Korean and you're born in Korea, you're gonna have to go eventually. If I was born as a native Korean, I would just go ahead and do it and get it out of the way, because I don't want it looming over my head. I don't understand people that keep postponing it. Just go ahead and just get it done. Now I know that some very unhappy things happen during this service, but they feel that it's needed to protect Korea. They feel that it's needed so that if something happens and there's an all-out war around the world, there are people who are citizens who are able to defend South Korea if need be. And I understand that. Or that North Korea doesn't go and try to light South Korea up like dynamite. Eh. Na 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 eh, na 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 eh, na 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 eh. Go do your military service. You know, I always talk about being on the outside looking in and giving my opinion on stuff. However, I do think that in this case, that me not being Korean and a lot of the international armies not being Korean, you really shouldn't be telling South Korea how they should be running this whole custom that they've been doing for years and years. This is something that they feel is important. So only thing I have to say is I hope that they get through it and they're healthy and nothing happens while they go and they serve the military service. But I'd rather them just get it done. They should release this album. It seems like they're trying to drop another album, and then just let that be their goodbye album. And instead of armies trying to attack people that are telling them that they need to go and serve their military time, what armies need to be doing is sending prayers toward BTS, whichever way they want to go into the army. Maybe they'll go one at a time, two at a time, all together, I don't know. But most K-pop acts who are male have to go and serve the military time. And I'm actually very interested to see how this will change their perspective on their music. If they will come back and the music will be the same, or if their music will be different. I noticed that some groups I liked in the past, they went and served their military time, came back. Their music was either more meek or sometimes it was just more artsy, and I'm very interested to see what will happen. Maybe they'll go two at a time and I'll get like a RM solo project, solo album. I would love that. I really would. Dynamite is still burning up the charts. I'm still wondering why Hazumi Miku hasn't gotten her crew together and done a cover of it, because with all that auto-tune that's in that song, you would have thought that Hazumi Miku had something to do with it. So you guys, this is a lot to think about. Put your comments below. Do you feel like that BTS should just go ahead and go to the military now? Do you think that they don't deserve to go? Why? Or why not? Follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. I also have a blog on East Asian pop culture. The link is in the description box. below. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real. And I will be back.